case is quickly shaping up to be not only one of the most mysterious, but a case and tragic and just downright shocking, not just in modern history, but in all of history, because this is just absolutely, absolutely brutal and tragic. And there's, again, all of this attention online. People just can't believe how not only can something like this happen, but how the perpetrator or perpetrators cannot be found immediately in an era of not just widespread surveillance, but particularly this specific area right next to a university, right next to an apartment building, right next to many other buildings. And now, as we've found, with police nearby as the murders were occurring. And there is body cam footage that has been released of police hassling some people walking after drinking, some students, right near the area. Literally a block or so away, within visual sight of the house. I mean, it's just, the amount of rabbit holes this case is developing is just, it's nothing short of mind-shocking. We'll go over all of them, and of course, the pursuit for justice. I don't think awareness is necessarily needed at this point, just because it's all the awareness is already through the roof. Obviously, on MindShock, we cover a lot of cold cases as well. So awareness is at an all-time high, which is obviously a good thing. So the pressure is on. And hopefully the police can solve this very, very quickly, because obviously the longer it goes on, the probability of closing this case drops substantially. As always, if you find the podcast interesting and informative, you can donate to our PayPal. Just check the link in the description. Help support MindShock. Help us get more mind-shocking content out there with logic and reason at the forefront in a world where it is quickly becoming extinct. You could also become a YouTube member right here on YouTube. Support the channel that way. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share to Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, Patreon. Patrons do get priority for a case topic, logical analysis, co-podcast request. You could also be a guest in the podcast depending on your tier. Questions, comments, theories, thoughts, suggestions, rebuttals, debunkings of any kind, leave them in the comment section. So just looking through this body cam footage, on the surface, it appears that these individuals are all unrelated. I believe the police have officially stated that this is unrelated. If you listen to the audio here, it's fairly innocuous. It is obviously very difficult to believe that any of these students would be involved. And the time frame here is pretty much the exact time in question, from before 3 a.m. to after 3 a.m. So while the murders are going on, theoretically, unless the murders happen later, again, I don't know if there's been a confirmed time of death, but from the girls' calls to allegedly if they went to sleep and were killed shortly after, around 3, whatever the timeline being thrown around is, the police are, and that's another thing too, the police have nothing better to do than have undercover plainclothes officer hassling kids walking with that may have been drinking alcohol, that they're underage or whatever. It's just, yeah, I mean, that's a whole nother can of worms, but it's just so weird, because while this stop is taking place, is there a quadruple murder going on at the same time that these officers are hassling these kids? What is going on a few dozen feet away? Now, there's a lot of blurs on the video and everything too, which is kind of weird, because not only blurring the identity of these people, but blurring most of the screen as well. But you can make out a few vehicles parked here, and supposedly none of these particular vehicles are the vehicles in question. So if they were killed between 3 and 4 a.m., it's 3:15 a.m. at the closure of the stop. So it's possible that this stop occurred before the murders took place. But so the police left, the murders took place, what, 10, 15 minutes later, an hour later? And that just goes, again, the brazen nature of these perpetrators, because were they actually watching the house at this time? Did they see the cops there? Or did they not know about it? Did they see the cops, see them leave, or other people walk and leave? Because, again, this is a college town. There's people walking all over the place all the time. There's parties going on. A lot of this just, it's really tough to make heads or tails here, because it's just, this is not the area that one would think a crime like this would happen. So the full extended footage here, I mean, it's over 40 minutes long from we got 2:53 a.m., if that timestamp is accurate. Of course, we don't necessarily know that it is. 3:15 a.m. from different body cams here. Yeah, very, very mind-shocking. Let's go over an article here from Eyewitness News. Thursday, December 8th, 2022. New police body cam released as investigators reveal new lead in killing of Idaho college students. Police also start removing victims' belongings from the house. Authorities are trying to track down a car they say was in the area the night 4 University of Idaho students were killed. Investigators think that whoever was in it may have some important information to the investigation. A new clue has been released Thursday in the Idaho murder mystery. Detectives are now asking the public for help locating a white 2011 to 2013 Hyundai Elantra with an unknown license plate, saying they're interested in speaking with its occupants who may have critical information to share regarding this case. Occupants, that's a plural. Now, is that just generalized, or did they specifically know there was more than one person in the vehicle? Police said the car was in the immediate area of the home where the victims were killed early on November 13th. That can mean a number of things. It could be that they have eliminated all the cars in the proximity of the victim's house. They cannot figure out what or why this car was there that night. This could just be an elimination. It could be a witness, or it could be a suspect, said ABC contributor and former FBI agent Brad Garrett. Now, as the investigation enters its 26th day, ABC News obtained new body cam footage from that night, showing an unrelated police stop nearby at about 3 a.m., which is around the time authorities believe the murder took place. Police stopping 3 people for an alcohol offense in a field near the victim's home and near the Sigma Chi fraternity, where 2 of the victims, Zaina Kernodle and Ethan Chapin, had been earlier that night. All the people in the video have been cleared, and the incident was not related to the murders, but analysts say the video could still be used in the case. It can be used from a historical standpoint. The information could potentially become relevant later in the investigation. You just never know, Garrett said. What's that supposed to mean?